Ever physically met with Joel? You've only talked to him on the phone, right? Once again, that's why we're still in the process of getting Jenny and now Lou with me and Mike Scholl together so we can get all of these details in a much more comprehensive approach to everything. Because like I said, when I first came in here, the reason I asked for this meeting was because there was misunderstanding out there. You know, so I wanted to make that attempt to come here and let you know that. And again, as Carrie asked, it's going to our commission on that board report in third Wednesday in November that will have more clarification involved.
Okay, I would like to...
Okay, hold on. Lady in the back had a
Okay,
question.
I'm sorry.
Buenas noches, mi nombre es Rosario Morán, soy de la comunidad de aquí. Mi opinión, yo no sé la política de antes que ha estado pasando en este parque, pero en mi opinión es que se apruebe esto para que traigan programas, porque yo que vivo aquí en la comunidad me doy cuenta qué trabajos tienen los jóvenes y queremos representantes que vivan en nuestra comunidad para que se den cuenta qué son los problemas que tenemos con ellos. Queremos un centro también para que vengan nuestros ancianos de la tercera edad a tomarse un cafecito, a platicar, que haya compañerismo. También queremos programas para los muchachos después de escuela. Tenemos muchos problemas en la escuela de Sereno, no hay programas para que vengan a hacer sus tareas en computación. Queremos eso. Nosotros somos adultos, ya pasamos por muchas cosas, buenos o malos, estamos aquí. Pero pensemos en nuestros muchachos del futuro, del mañana, en esos niños. No quién agarra el programa, quién lo agarra. Queremos en los programas, sea quien sea que lo agarre, pero que vengan programas, buenos programas, para que estos muchachos no me estén margando en la calle, no que estén en un centro, haciendo sus tareas. Algún día lo vamos a ver en el Hospital General de Doctor, o ya sea siendo nuestro alcalde, porque es la realidad. Hay que trabajar unidos, no separados, para que hagan programas buenos para esta comunidad. ¿Y qué debemos de hacer? Deber de nosotros es nosotros mismos, con nuestro propio grano de arena, para construir programas buenos para esos estudiantes del mañana. No estar alegando quién lo va a dar y cuánto me va a dar, no. Unidos se puede hacer el cambio en nuestra comunidad. Queremos personas que estén viviendo en nuestra comunidad para que se den cuenta qué problemas tenemos en esta área. Eso es lo que yo, es mi opinión, es lo que yo he visto.
Y nada más yo voy a decir, mire, en el nombre del departamento estamos en acuerdo con usted y todos los que están pensando en la misma cosa, porque el problema es, nosotros no podemos ofrecer programas ahorita si no estamos pensando en lo que vamos a hacer allá en el fin del día, ¿verdad? So, cuando lleguemos allá en 0 o algo, cuando lleguemos el día a empezar allá con los programas, si no estamos preparando todo el edificio y todo como los grupos, las comunidades y todos a ofrecer lo que hacemos allá, entonces no vamos a como en el fin del día no vamos a llegar a tiempo con todo lo que quieren recibir los servicios, ¿verdad? Es una cosa nada más de tener un programa ahí en un parque y no llega la gente porque por muchas razones, ¿verdad? Ese es porque queremos tener en los 6 a 18 meses a tenerlos juntos, a tener nada más la oportunidad de invitar a la gente para hablar como ya habló usted a los grupos, a Lou y Jenny y los otros y los del departamento, de que van a oír lo que quieren ver allá en el edificio después. So, estamos en acuerdo con todo esto y yo creo que es lo que estábamos diciendo antes y por eso como voy a decir aquí otra vez, en español esta vez, era muy importante de que venía yo aquí porque estaba platicando mucha gente de lo que estaba pensando que ese grupo iba nada más a tener todo la seguridad y todo el edificio para hacer los programas que querían solamente un grupo, solamente, ¿verdad? Y estoy diciendo de que no, la ciudad no le va a dar permiso a un grupo para nada más hacer lo que quiere sin la palabra o como el permiso del departamento y del concejal y de la ciudad, porque esa es parte de las reglas. So, ojalá que se sienten un poquito mejor de que estamos haciendo este nada más programa allá en el futuro para nada más a saber lo que vamos a ofrecer allá en este edificio. Ojalá, ¿ok?
Espero verlo.
So
Ahí voy a
usted
estar.
tiene que venir cuando ella tenga sus programas, cuando tenga sus juntas y
Claro
todo.
que sí, yo más para ir a ver la
Gracias.
comunidad.
Gracias.
No.
Thank you. I just wanted to see if I have a really clear understanding of this, because what it sounds like to me, and I understand why there's so much confusion, is I've never known a community to get this kind of like gift, and I think it's kind of hard to go, are you kidding? This is actually being done with no strings attached. What it sounds like to me is that, and my understanding of the way this works is that what legacy is not what's going to be at the Armory. What's going to be at the Armory is what the community says, like the woman who just spoke, this is what we want. If we want the Sierra Club dinner, if we want whatever we want in there, that's what's going to get in there. But what's happening is legacy is coming in and with no pay, not costing a cent, raising the money to have some time and get some people together to do this whole process. Legacy is there going, okay, we're going to run this process, which you usually have to pay consultants tons of money to do. We're going to do this for free, and whatever you tell us you want in here, we're going to go out and raise the money so that it can be done. The building will be built beautifully and what's going to be in there, and then we're going to help you raise the money so that it keeps going. Whatever it is you decide you want in there. And I understand why that's so hard to conceptualize, because whoever offers you that, you know?
Okay, I got a comment to that real quick.
That's what this is.
Okay, I'm a lifelong resident here in this community. And the last thing, at least in my mind, is I don't want something to drop in my lap. I was taught to work for something and give something back. What this process is about, Ellen, is not so much somebody come in here saying, we're going to give you all this. We've had people who grew up in this community. I remember the Valenzuela family on the other side of projects. All of them kids went to Ivy League schools. George, I think, and Gabriel are working somewhere in law offices or something, okay? And it's not so much somebody come in here and say, we're going to do this for you and give you something. I think what this community needs is identify people and talent that's homegrown. Lou is homegrown. I'm homegrown. No, hold on, let me finish here, because the point is, it's not so much somebody coming in here. We've been starting a process microscopically. We've been doing this already. We've gone out and got money here for this, money here for that. We've done things on a small level that could be a model to do something on a more macro level, okay? And Ellen, I know you had your ideas, what you'd like to have done up there too, and you could be a part of that process. This is an open door. This is an open process here. But what I think, just looking at this here, and look what's highlighted, long-term lease agreement. We hadn't even got to that point yet. We were trying to put together a group to grow something and create something. And I think with the talent in this community, and I said this every morning in Gardens too, we were there when I said this. There are people here, just look, Eddie and Pete, we grew up together. Okay? Eddie and I used to run track cross country together in this park, and some other things we used to do around here in this park, okay? We played football here, we grew up here. I mean, I've seen other parts of the world. I've worked in North Carolina, beautiful country. I've seen Colorado, I lived in Big Bear, but this is still my home, okay? And I think, and I don't want to say offense, but I think we're better than to just say, hey, well, somebody's going to give us something, thank you. No, I think we have pride enough to sit down here, identify people, and work on this together. And I think the way you just said that right now.
Self-determination.
And when I finished, okay, I've had my heart in this process from the very beginning when I was asked to join this PAP board. I have given my time, okay, I've gone out and got money for programs here, I've done things here, okay, and I want just to create something and let the powers that be in this community just say, hey, look, we got a group of people who want to do something here for this community. Let us sit down, let us put together a mechanism, let us create something special. And that's what this whole process has been about from the very beginning, okay? I just maybe, And that's where sometimes I look and say, Mark, we worked together for years, and that's all I'm trying to say here. We had to make this and pay for this pad board. We have gone out and done things that not to be pad boards they're doing in the city of Los Angeles, in my opinion, all right? We're a model, and I will say that. What I'm saying is I'm looking to the council office, the mayor's office, and I'm looking to the people out there. Identify the people. We identify the leaders in the community, put together the teams, grow them, train them, empower them, and we will create something special, but let us do it.
But that's what legacy is happening, as is making possible, is for that just to have support, so that it can happen more fully and faster and more completely, because you have somebody dedicated full-time to just getting the process started, so that you can build the kind of board you're talking about, Scott, with the very community members that you're asking to be on that board. That's exactly, all they're doing is facilitating, like a consultant facilitates a meeting. They're just facilitating it so that you guys can do that.
Well, that get back to the point. There are people in the community who are trained who can do that. And that's why I want to see homegrown talent take the lead in those projects. Go ahead, it's,
Okay,
well, with Eddie, and then Jose, and we'll...
my only problem is that,
I had Eddie.
Oh,
Go ahead.
sorry,
Come
Eddie.
back in and go ahead.
I guess right now, just people, since it's just starting with this whole coalition together with everybody, I guess people just start a little leery and nervous because, I guess they think they're being deceived or sold out. And because some, like what you just said right now, where you've been looking at where the funds are going and stuff in other directions. So, there's a lot of people just thinking that really the community alone, the truth down bottom base, they think they're gonna get sold out. And we're gonna lose what we're gonna wanna use for the children in the community. Really, we wanna keep that armory going. I mean, it's great to have resources, different resources. There's no problem with that, but we don't wanna end up losing the space that we can use for the community. That's what I think the community is a little nervous about because of things that happened in the past.
I agree.
Okay, Jose, you got the floor, and then we're gonna wrap up here.
there's a concept, does the dog wag the tail wag the dog. This instance, the tail's wagging the dog. There's never been, it's been shoved down our throats. It's already been predetermined, pre-programmed, pre-leased, without community advisement, input, anything. All right, this is just a deal that was cut from the politicians and been shoved down our throats. That's why I take offense when there's not community input prior to these predetermined decisions. That's where I take offense. If there was community input and then there was some consensus developed after the input it would have been different. But this is already predetermined, pre-programmed, and this is take it or leave it, or it's going to happen regardless if you want it or not, whether it's your input or without your input, it's going to happen. It's being shoved down our throats. Now, when you force it down somebody's throats, and it could be, the road to hell is paved with good intentions, all right? So I'll grant you that, but the thing is, we got to figure out, hey, if we had our needs assessment, and then Legacy would have given us a presentation through a needs assessment, and then we would have, determined, hey, that's a great idea. Then council would have been involved. Hey, we support Legacy through a needs assessment, and the mayor could have sent his representative. Hey, I think the Legacy would be a great project. But giving us an opportunity to provide input, review, everything else. This is already a done deal. See, it's the done deal that we take offense. It's not so much the gifting. It's not so much we're grateful that they're giving us a consideration. But it's just the fact that we haven't been part of the process.
What's next?
And that's where the community, what we're trying to do is empower the community once and for all. Is let them know, hey, you guys matter. You're part of the community. You guys have to develop your self-determination. We have to empower the community to provide them self-determination, not have the politicians tell us what to do, how to do it, when to do it, how to jump, how far, and when. No, I'm trying to maybe I'm just like I'm maybe wishing, but I'm trying to get the community empowered, and that's the whole concept of the pad. I'm trying to get the community empowered from the bottom up. So we appreciate they're here. It's just if we had a needs assessment, it probably would have been a lot different. But we never had a needs assessment. We asked for a needs assessment. We petitioned for a needs assessment. And to this very day, we haven't seen one. So do you understand that concept that we petitioned, we got signatures, we did everything to get a needs assessment, we never got one? That's what I'm trying, think about that. All
I
right?
get that, but the needs assessment is about to happen.
Well, after everything's been predetermined, that's the problem. But,
Okay, let's wrap up here. I'm gonna give Mr. Mariscal 2 minutes to wrap up, and then we'll go from there.
Again, I will say that this letter is not signed by a politician. You know, you're free to say anything you want, but once again,
They
this
represent,
approach,
because they're appointed, because they're voted on.
This
That's what you
appoint-
said. I know who they represent. You said it yourself, you said they're appointed, they're voted on, you made all that braggadocious stuff, now you gotta.
so once
Live
again,
up to it.
so once again, the department's procedures is going down the road of the same path that we do in other processes, very similar to this, that we have done in the past. So we're in that mode. The next thing is, and I heard the statement that, you know, the needs assessment, or in a sense, what we want to see at the end, that the department wants to hear from the community that they want to see at the end, is what we are in the process of beginning now. And at the end of the day, 2 years from now, I am pretty sure that the Recreation and Park Commission hopes that a package comes in front of them that has a very strong consensus. Now, we know in this system that there will never be 100% agreement, just like we hope there's never 100% disagreement. But at the end of the day, I sure hope that the department, that the public agencies, that the elected offices, and that the nonprofit group Legacy will be able, all of us, to deliver a package that we're all proud of when we go to our commission in 2009 with this plan. So I really want to thank Scott, because last week I was trying to be here, and again, I had to ask for this special meeting, and the idea of this special meeting was to focus on the department giving a update and giving you, as you know, the information that I had to this day, the best updated information I have as of now, to you. You know, it wasn't one of your regular PAD meetings, it wasn't any of that. I mean, I really asked to have this special meeting so that you could hear from me and you know, give me your positives and your negatives and your, you know, frustrations and not frustrations. So I hope I tried my best. I mean, I know I tried my best. I hope I've given you some good answers. I know you're probably still lacking some things, and your comment there at the end, easily, that we sure hope we can deliver, however it gets delivered, very good programs for this community. And this community, you know, we're not defining it at 2 blocks, a mile, 4 miles, or 10 miles. We're not defining that right now. I mean, not at all. I think that's the whole thing of how do we deliver services and what's the best way to do it. So, thank you, Scott.
Yeah, just one final comment. This sentence here about the long-term commitment, long-term contract, that this contract, in a sense, this document is not correct.
When Legacy has said here that they are not going to opt, you know, once again, they've given their definition of what it is. On November 7th, what is that date?
September 12th.
On November 20th. Oh, we can't be having a meeting yet.
Third Thursday.
Is that Thanksgiving weekend?
Sure is. That's gonna be.
That's couple days, right?
Well, we'll find out we're having it. But, yeah, but anyway.